Oh, today is Wednesday. It means it's Castle Pantry Day, and but the library is off limits. It's filthy dirty in there, and it is pedophile ring is running out of there, and they you know, the same one that had a hold of me a lot through Bill. I mean, it turns out Bill grew up in Bloomington, not Terre Haute. His family moved to Terre Haute after a scandal. And my neighbor, you know, has been, he's sitting in his apartment right now just smoking meth. He should not have been allowed to move in here. He paid Sarah to move in. So I don't know how many Benjamins had to get together to tell her that he could move in here when the federal government would have told her that he could not. Once they're in, it's a little bit more difficult to get rid of them. But as you can see, I've got some pretty serious shiners around my eyes. I'm not entirely sure what chemical causes that, but I'm very tingly in through from here to here, and you know, the back of my neck, and so I'm pretty sure they're trying to do something that will cause an incident at the castle today. And so they're getting me primed and ready for it. I don't know what they're going to do along the way. A lot of times they're stationed along the way to make sure that I don't spend too much time away from chemical exposure. And that stretch along Allen Street, or Adams Street, yeah, Adams Street, tends to be a very toxic area, and I got to walk through the apartment complex here in some areas that will be pretty toxic. So we don't have any documentation of what happened to my shoulder, in my arm. Other than that, it's evident that it has a lot to do with why people won't allow me, no matter what I do, to normalize to the point where I could have a job, where I could pay for my own x-rays and tests and go to see specialists and things about it. Of course, those people would just be ripping me off. But that's not how the people that are doing this see the world. You know, they think those people could actually help and do something. So, anyway, I was reading about that family in California with the 13 children, and a neighbor's account of how their children would just freeze whenever anybody saw them or would talk to them. And I know that people saw that behavior in me. I mean, it didn't seem like things were bad all the time there, but you know, I was alone there. I was alone in Valpo. There was a lot of the kids that were abused in school. They had their parents, and their parents decided to move them to another town. I had no one there. I was entirely alone, and anybody who tried to help me would say, "Oh, well, her family is very caring. I think this is just a psychiatric thing." And so anyway, that's why I'm very much about my privacy and my human rights and my civil rights, or, you know, my civilian rights, because when people start fudging on that, that's when things go very sideways. You know, I have, you know, and Bill would lecture me, you know, that these people were going to side with them because they claim to be parents. And so I was thinking about the drone that flew over, and if they thought that that 22-year-old would try to take shelter with me, wondering if they're claiming I'm his mother. I was in Tennessee 22 years ago. So why would they think that a child raised in Indiana would have anything to do with me? I don't know. That's an interesting question, though, I would say.